여러분 반갑습니다. I'm Kwon So-hwa and this is K-Culture Dive. Join us in taking a deep dive into the heart of Korean culture, from K-entertainment to AI news. And for our K-food segment today, we get a taste of K-sauces. And with that, let's dive in. Joining us on today's show is my co-host Bella Kim. Hello, Bella.
Hi, Soa. And hello to everyone joining us today on K-Culture Dive. I'm Bella Kim, back again to co-host and fill you all in with some exciting K-entertainment news.
Bella, it's the first time we're on the show in June together.
I know.
So June also means it's a great month for BTS fans because BTS's debut anniversary is in June.
Right.
And for the first time in years, ARMYs will be able to see the entire group together after the military service, of course. So tell us about the celebrations.
Yes, so BTS will celebrate the 13th anniversary of their debut with the annual festival, BTS Festa. According to Big Hit Music, this year's title is 13 BTS, symbolizing a new chapter shared by BTS and their global fan base, ARMYs.
So tell us more about what the ARMY can expect during this festa.
Well, the festival will officially begin on June 4th with the release of a family-themed group photo, followed by a performance video for Hooligan, a track from their latest album, Arirang, on June 5th. The highlight of this year's celebration will be BTS's upcoming Arirang World Tour concert, set to take place on June 12th and 13th at Busan Asiad Main Stadium. Fans can also look forward to the new episodes of the group's variety content series Run BTS 2.0 and the official digital release of Come Over, a track previously available only on the deluxe LP edition of Arirang.
Some exciting weeks ahead for BTS fans.
Right.
And we're now going to talk about a boy group that actually had their 11th anniversary just a while ago. So we're talking about 17, as they have once again proven their global popularity.
17 ranked highest among all K-pop artists on the Billboard's 2026 mid-year Top Tours chart. The group placed 7th on the chart after attracting about 574,000 fans across 25 shows, generating $88 million in ticket revenue. 17 also ranked 9th on the top ticket sales chart, once again marking the highest position among all K-pop acts. In addition, the group further demonstrated their ticket selling power on the top box scores chart, which ranks individual concerts by gross revenue. And they were the only K-pop act to place within the top 30. 17's world tour ran for about 7 months from September of last year to April and attracted more than 900,000 online and in-person viewers. The group will continue to meet with their fans later this month at their 10th official fan meeting, 17 in Carrotland, scheduled for June 20th and 21st at Incheon Asiad Main Stadium.
We can definitely see how popular they are around the world.
I know.
And now we're going to talk about a movie that's not only doing well in Korea, but especially in Asia. We're talking about Colony.
Yes, Colony. Director Yeon Sang-ho's latest zombie film, Colony, is showing success across many parts of Asia. According to the distributor Showbox, the film debuted at #1 in several major markets, including Malaysia, Taiwan, the Philippines, Singapore, and Hong Kong. It even recorded as one of the highest gross Korean films in some countries, such as Malaysia and the Philippines. Colony was released on May 21st here in Korea and recorded the biggest opening day performance among all films released this year. It also surpassed its break-even point within just 10 days of its release and still holds the #1 spot at the Korean box office in its 3rd week of release. Colony follows survivors trapped inside a quarantine building during a mysterious outbreak as they fight against rapidly evolving infected creatures. The film marks Yeon Sang-ho's 3rd zombie film, following Train to Busan and Peninsula.
All right, please keep us updated with those box office numbers, Bella, and thank you for those updates.
Yes, I'll stick around.
And now, time to head over to our AI anchor, Arang, for more on the culture front. Arang.
Thanks, Swa. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. The government has named 20 premier wellness tourism destinations across Korea, recognized for their distinguished healing-focused travel programs. This comes as part of efforts to strengthen Korea's wellness tourism sector. The list includes Taiwan in Daegu, Awon Hanok Stay in Wonju, which is famous for BTS photo shoots and video productions, as well as We Hotel Jeju, operated by the Halla Medical Foundation. The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism will provide up to 50 million won, or roughly $33,000 in support to each selected destination to boost program competitiveness. Assistance will also include overseas marketing through global platforms and the development of digital services tailored to foreign visitors. South Korea posted record achievements across the culture, content, and tourism sectors during the first year of the Lee administration. According to the Culture Ministry, the strongest performance came from the content industry, with K-content exports hitting a record $14.9 billion last year. The tourism sector also delivered record results, with inbound arrivals rising to an all-time high of nearly 19 million visitors. At home, the national leisure satisfaction rate rose to a record high 64% after the government's Culture Day program was expanded from a monthly event to a weekly initiative. Meanwhile, the National Museum of Korea welcomed more than 6.5 million visitors last year, ranking among the world's 3 most visited museums by annual attendance. The number of visitors to South Korea's royal palaces and tombs reached a record high last year. The Korea Heritage Service says the combined attendance at the country's palaces and royal tombs totaled about 17.8 million, the highest figure on record, driven by the popularity of heritage tourism programs such as the Royal Culture Festivals and the Moonlight Palace Tours. Foreign visitors accounted for more than 4.2 million of the total, marking a roughly 7-fold increase from 2022. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
A hand-colored manuscript version of Daedong-yeojido, or the Great Map of the East Land, is up for auction. It marks the first time a state-registered cultural heritage item is going under the hammer. Cha Yun-kyung reports.
A large map is drawing attention at the lobby of Seoul auction. It is a hand-colored manuscript copy of the Daedong-yeojido, the iconic map created by cartographer Kim Jong-ho in 1861. Consisting of 22 foldable sections, the copy, made during the late Joseon dynasty, was designed for portability. One of its most distinctive features is the depiction of Dokdo Island, which is rarely found in woodblock printed editions of the map.
One of the most notable features of this work is the depiction of Dokdo Island. It carries significant historical and geographical value.
The work, which is registered as a state-designated cultural heritage item, had been held by the Research Institute for Korean Studies for some 70 years before being put up for auction. Its estimated value stands at around 2 billion won, or approximately $1.3 million. Also featured in the auction are historical records and photographs documenting figures such as the last royal court lady of the Joseon dynasty and the Cheondogyo religion, which began during the last years of the Joseon dynasty. Works by modern and contemporary Korean artists are also drawing attention, including a painting by Kim Hwan-gi that bears a handwritten note on the back of the canvas. At K-Auction, a major late career work by Park Soo-gun is being offered with a starting bid of 850 million won. Known for its signature texture surface, the painting is being publicly presented for the first time in 12 years since it was last exhibited at an event marking the 100th anniversary of Park's birth. Also being auctioned are a rare large-scale installation by Seo Do-ho and major works by Kim Hwan-gi and Yoo Young-gu. Cha Yun-kyung, Arirang News.
On May 10, 1948, we stood in lines with no end in sight, holding an unfamiliar piece of paper in our hands. It was Korea's first election, held under the watch of the United Nations. A nation's longing for democracy filled the ballot boxes, driving voter turnout to a remarkable 95.5%. Since then, countless elections have come and gone. Through moments of hardship and change, one thing never wavered: our passion for democracy. And we kept asking ourselves, how can more people take part more easily? One answer was early voting. Today, all you need is your ID. On the way to work, at the airport before a trip, anywhere in the country, your vote can reach the ballot box wherever you are. Technology changed the process too. Long nights of ballot counting gave way to faster, more accurate automated systems, making elections more transparent and trustworthy. What once felt like a long and distant road in 1948 has become one of the closest rights we hold today. The process may be simpler now, but the weight of the vote has never changed. This June 3rd, we carry the torch of Korea's democracy to the ballot box, protecting the freedom generations fought to build.
The popularity of K-food is now expanding into the sauce market as well. Last year, K-sauce exports surpassed $400 million for the first time ever, reaching a record high. And it's not just spicy sauces like gochujang or buldak sauce that are gaining popularity, right, Bella?
Right. A lot of the sauce, which is like traditional Korean fermented sauces, are also gaining a lot of interest as well, like 간장, which is soy sauce, and doenjang, which is a soybean paste.
Right. I mean, who would have thought years ago that foreigners would eat doenjang-based food and that they would actually enjoy that so much. So let's dive deeper into K-sauces, and we're going to do that with our cooking content creator, Matthew, back in the studio. Welcome back, Matthew.
Hi, Matthew.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Been a long time, right? Did you miss me?
Of course we did. And as always, you're back in the Korean traditional hanbok, going to talk about Korean food, and K-sauces is the topic today. So the first question would be, what do you personally think are the representative K-sauces?
I think definitely it would be soy sauce, which we call 간장 in Korean. And then there's a doenjang, gochujang, and 쌈장, which is the mix of gochujang and doenjang. And then you season it with more, it can be honey, and then we put peanuts inside. But these days, buldak sauce become very like a K sauce. So like around the world, people just think it's like one of the Korean traditional seasonings. Yeah, it goes very trend these days.
Right. Now, all of the ones that you mentioned at the beginning are actually meju-based sauces, because those are the soybean paste blocks that are used in these sauces. And the last one that also Bella mentioned, buldak sauce, is more the modern type of Korean sauce.
Right.
Right.
So now we want to talk about your experience with K-sauces, Matthew. What was the very first K-sauce you've tried ever? And was there a sauce that you tried and you're like, oh my gosh, this goes with everything?
I think it was soy sauce at first, because it actually goes well with all the Korean or other Asian foods. But even if you go abroad, like to States or even Europe, we have a lot of meat dishes that the soy sauce goes very well with. So if you come to Korea, like the Korean 간장 soy sauce, it's like in everything. We put in soups or like marinades or stir-fried side dishes. So if I pick one, I think it's 간장, because it goes well with everything.
Among those, Bella, what is your favorite pick among the traditional Korean sauces?
Oh, traditional? I would say gochujang, because I think everyone, all the K-culture dive viewers even know that my favorite food is tteokbokki now. So I like spicy stuff. So gochujang has to be my favorite one.
That's very interesting,
nice.
because my favorite one among those is doenjang. So we've got 간장, doenjang, and gochujang.
Yay! Now, when people overseas actually think about K-sauce, they tend to first picture spicy sauces like gochujang or buldak sauce, which is coming up recently. I'm curious if your foreigner friends actually think of that way as well.
Like to talk about Korean food with foreign people, with my foreign friends, they think it's spicy because the base is gochujang, or they think the base is the buldak sauce. But like Korean food is strongly associated with the spicy flavors, I think. Like overseas, like all those sauces are often used for Korean food for people to recognize that. So I think it's the reason that's why people think like all the food is spicy here because of the red color as well. So.
Right. So let's go further into that buldak sauce. So why do you think it has become so popular? I mean, it's, as you said, it's kind of the hot sauce of Korea overseas. So what's behind this big trend?
I think like people from abroad would call it as a traditional Korean like hot sauce, right? Because it's not only like spicy and hot flavor, but it also has very nice sweetness, like the sweet taste, and also like the deep savory flavor. It's very nice if you even cross it with other dishes. You put a little to the cream pasta, which makes the flavor better. Or even if you mix it with a little bit mayo and use as a dipping sauce for fries or chicken. So I think it's very nice with like many kind of food. Like also the food that we do like can eat abroad, like fusion food. So.
I think it's interesting that you mentioned that foreigners kind of see it as the traditional Korean sauce, although we've got much more traditional sauces. Buldak sauce has become more the modern type of Korean sauce, especially because much of that sauce went viral online. Also, many foreign celebrities tasting the sauce as well, right?
I think because of the challenges on social media, and also like even the buldak sauce itself goes very popular and being a trend these days all around the world. And I was checking the news, like the recent news these days of the sales for the Korean buldak sauce. And it says that buldak sauce overseas sales increasing nearly sixfold over the past 5 years. In fact, more than 70% of its total sales now come from the international markets.
Right.
So I think it's very popular. It's more popular for foreign people than for us living in Korea, I think.
That is impressive.
That's funny,
That's very impressive.
Also, they are a lot of those buldak sauces abroad, and the buldak ramyeon are tailored to those different countries because they have the different flavors of spiciness. And you know, some countries people like spicy food more than others. That's why they also have that different level of spiciness.
And
I think so,
the reason why buldak sauce is also famous is because it's not just spice, but it's really delicious spicy, and it gives that kick of spicy and also like the mouth-watering taste. So I think it goes definitely well with everything. Now we want to talk about your content, Matthew. So you do work as a cooking content creator. In your YouTube, I saw you use some of the Korean traditional sauces like gochujang and doenjang, and you recently uploaded a video of you making spinach 된장찌개, right? Using doenjang. So I saw that as well. And do you have any favorite kind of K-sauce combinations that you really like?
I think one of my favorite K-sauces is gochujang, because you can use it, like I like the very like savory and the sweetness and like the spicy balance in between of all that flavors. I very like to use it like you put a little bit sesame oil and then some sugar, and then you put a little bit of soy sauce, and you just mix it with the someon. You make a bibimbap, which you call like the red spicy cold noodles.
Yes.
Like no soup, just like very enjoyable in summertime. But also, I think I like those like the recent recipes like green onion salt, which you can use for all kind of meat, or you can use for the Korean stew, which we call jjigae. Or even with like some chicken, because we like in Korea, if we eat roast chicken, we usually like dip it with a little bit of salt, and if you use in that time the green onion salt, it makes the very like the flavor, it's more rich And the freshness that the green onion brings to that, I think it's very nice.
Wow, nice recommendation,
Yes.
Matthew. And speaking of rich flavor, let's talk about the rich flavor of doenjang. That's a flavor that's very familiar to Koreans. And I actually just had 강된장 덮밥 for lunch, which is like kind of the strong version of doenjang mixed with some rice. And I think that aroma might be a little unfamiliar to foreigners the first time they try it. So what was your first impression of doenjang, and is there maybe a good starter point for beginners?
So the fermented aroma was definitely like felt kind of strong at first, but like once I tried it and I got it explained from my friends when we go to the 고깃집, usually like fried samgyeopsal and eat 된장찌개. We put there like the zucchini and onions or potatoes. After you get used to it, you try it and you know what you're eating, I think it's very enjoyable. And actually, I like the thing that is good for your digestion, because probiotics, right? But like the flavor is very balanced because it's actually like the fermented food. So I think it works good for your health too. But like I would recommend like the starter for doenjang. I would recommend 된장찌개, which we like can enjoy. Even we can cook at home very easily. We just need some zucchini, potato, onion, and then we usually use the anchovy broth, or we put some kelp, which make the flavor very deep and rich. So I think it's like soul food, like comforting food for us. Speaking as a Polish raised Korean. Yeah, I think it's very nice.
Yes, I know what I'm having for dinner today. 된장찌개.
된장찌개,
Yes.
yes.
I'm craving it now that
How
we talked
about 전국장?
I like 청국장 too. Yes, but it's
청국장.
really hard to make, right?
I think
Compared
it's
to
better.
된장찌개.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to go and just like
Eat
get
At
outside.
the restaurant. And
right.
청국장 would be similar to doenjang. However, it has a stronger flavor and it's less fermented actually than doenjang, right?
Right.
For sure. Now we're talking about these traditional Korean jangs, and they're actually more than just like condiments. They're part of a long-standing fermentation culture. So compared to sauces from like other countries, what do these K sauces have that's something unique characteristics that you say?
Like if we go to Europe or even States, we have like ketchup, mayo, and other sauces like 1000 Island or Chipotle sauce. But I think the thing that makes it very like it differs, the Korean K sauces differs from from those ones from abroad. I think it's because the fermentation culture. Like in Korea, we make everything like fermented, like sauce, like 간장, 된장, gochujang. We make it and we just leave it to ferment for like a couple of weeks or even years. Like kimchi, if we use like the kimchi 냉장고, kimchi fridge, we can like the kimchi tastes better when it's fermented like after 1 year when we go to our 할머니 집. Not my harmony.
But
She's
grandmothers,
Polish. Yeah. But like Korean, I think it's the biggest thing that they make everything fermented, which brings the very deep and complex flavors to and it develops over time. But like, I think it makes it very difficult to replace with just regular seasoning we use in Europe or States.
Now, Matthew, what's also very interesting is that many foreigners, they use Korean sauces not only for Korean food, but also have these unique combinations like
Fusion
with
food.
pasta or with sandwiches. Tell us more about those combinations.
I think like one of those tasty recipes I tried, I think it's gochujang pasta, gochujang cream pasta. You make the cream pasta like kind of carbonara, and then you put this like a small spoon of gochujang, and it makes the flavor like more rich, and then it's a little bit spicy. It gets a little bit spicy, but also sweet at the same time. So it's very like addictive. Yeah.
Yes, and I mean, we also had a very famous cooking show, 흑백 요리사,
Right.
Culinary Class Wars.
Yes.
And there we could also see how traditional Korean sauces were used with other, like, for instance, Western style
Right.
food as well. Now, before we let you go, Matthew, would there be one food sauce recipe, an easy one for us and our viewers to try out?
I think I'm thinking of two for now. I think everyone should try just mixing gochujang, a little of soy sauce, sesame oil and sugar, and then toss in the boiled noodles and just enjoy the bibimbap. You can put some cucumber in that and boiled egg. But also, if you want something simple, I think buldak sauce. Just mix it with a little bit of, I think half and half of buldak sauce and mayo, and just use it as a dipping sauce for barbecue meat, chicken, or French fries.
And speaking of buldak sauce, I just had buldak sauce with ketchup yesterday, so you should give that a try if you guys haven't yet. It tastes delicious.
What did you eat that with?
It's a weird combination, but with a toast.
Toast, okay.
Yes, like an egg, a ham, like a bread toast. It was delicious.
I think you're more Western than I am.
Wow, guys, so many things to try out
I
this
know.
evening. Well, thank you very much, Matthew, for joining us today and
you.
for giving us a taste of the growing popularity of K-sauces around the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Bella, as always. We're going to have you back here very soon.
Yes, I'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Keep diving.